Your life has been shit, and it's only now getting better. You need to get married. Well, you should get married. I'll agree with you on that one. What hit me? Who is there? Oh, this man. I see. Well, what are you shooting at now? Okay, wrong way. Alright, they don't want me in, they don't want me in. I know when I'm not wanted. I won't intrude. Ass Faggots is an acronym. You used to play MOBAs, but only with friends because those games are super depressing solo. Yeah, I could imagine. There's nothing... Oh, wait. There's nothing that makes you as salty as losing for an hour straight, and you can neither abandon nor surrender. Why? Leveling vitality is the first thing to do. Yeah, because, it's for pussies. That's how you make the game easy, and I don't want the game to be easy. Because I don't like the game. If you can understand my train of thought there, get this fucking message. Get this out. Can I not pull this lever? Oh, it's already pulled. Or something. Lever ahead. Yeah, well, you're right. You're not wrong, message, but... You can't pull it. Okay, well, I mean... Fair, I guess. Oh, okay. Oh, also, I've got 70,000 souls. Might be time to level up. My life is shit, let me get married. What? My life is now better, let me make it bad again. Hey, marriage isn't bad. Marriage is great if you can do it right. A lot of people can't do it right. It's actually very simple. There's a very simple formula. It's not easy. Simple and easy are not the same thing, but it's very simple. You find a woman who's never had sex before in her life. There it is. Simple. That's it. Now, can you do that? Good luck. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna... Or not Vitality. Vitality's not what it is. Although, yeah. I don't mean Vitality. That's what it was in Dark Souls 1. Vigor. I haven't upgraded at all. I guess we just upgrade Endurance some more, or we could upgrade Strength some more, but there's not really a point in that one. Yeah, I mean, like, well, no, oh, wait, it is actually making my damage go up. Oh, you can see the point of diminishing returns right here. See? It goes up by 4. Goes up by 4, goes up by 5, goes up by 1. Okay, so we'll get it to 40. That's the soft cap, I guess. And then we'll get an endurance up. It's not really that important this late in the game, I don't think. And also, now that I realize we can actually undo one of these if we need to, I'm not too concerned about the whole thing. Do you have any Radiant Life Gems? We don't really use them, but... Yeah, you don't have them. That's too bad. Alright. Let's get back into it. Huh? Oh. Okay. Sure. 40 is the soft cap for almost everything. Okay. I don't think God would approve of my trap faggo ways. Fair observation. Yeah, I think you'd be right about that one. I don't approve either, if that makes you, if that does anything for you. It's not, you're not or wait, I'm not making my life worse, I'm just living my life like God wants me to. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean marriage, yeah, I mean, it's either marriage or priesthood or becoming a monk. Or, you know, something similar. Priesthood or marriage or chastity, I guess, that's the way to go. 50 is the hard cap for stamina, okay? Like Paulus said, women must submit to men, but men must love women like Jesus loves humanity. I didn't think we'd be getting biblical, but yeah. Bye, I guess? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Dark Souls 2, what the fuck kind of shit? Whose idea was that? So he's gonna try and open this door? We're gonna have a snake ghost man pop out and attack him. Why? Like, why? I don't know. It's funny. Oh. Is it like one of those shitty trap things where, like, he's gonna die in one hit? No, it'll do, like, no damage. Oh. Okay. Is it, like, part of the lore or something? No, I don't think so. This game doesn't have lore. Monks are cool. All women are thoughts and must be exterminated. I actually saw a monk the other day. Like a real-life monk. Down in, like, the big city. Saw a monk. I think it was last Sunday. He seemed like a cool guy. Didn't talk to him. He was busy. Talking to other people. Monks are popular, I guess. When are we not getting biblical on this stream? This is a Christian stream, after all. You joke. But it's not untrue. If it were Adam and Steve, we would never have gotten into this shit. Well, you have to remember that like, yeah, women... I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, the ghost is here again. I don't know. I don't know. I had some thought there. I don't know where I was going with it. I lost it. I was gonna make some dumb joke. Okay. Let's not make the same mistake twice. It's embarrassing. It's not good for morale. Okay, these guys have a lot more health than I kind of figured they would. There we go. Perfect. Mimic? Nope. Only Vicky 2 streams are sinful, full of gotchi. Hey, you're allowed to laugh at gay people. It's not a problem. I don't joke, nigga. You talked about the Bible and God a bunch of times. Oh, it's true. Yeah, it comes up. I think Dalton talked about it on his stream too. I mean, it's interesting, right? I think we just got a big hammer. Which I don't know if this is exactly the time to be switching up the kind of weapons we're using, but on the other hand, big fucking hammer was pretty fun before. Oh, it's just the same. It's the same thing that I was using before that's got like a durability of fuck all. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're not going to use that, despite the fact it'd be probably pretty fun, but... You know I'm right. Women fucked all of us. Well, I think there's blame on both sides. You gotta remember... Women have childbirth as a punishment, so, you know, they get what they got. Is this a two-headed skeleton horse? Two-headed ghoul horse? Do you think we can bait him? Hey. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Okay, I didn't think that was actually gonna come this far. You only say that because you want to get fucked like one, you fucking fruit. This horse is a recycled boss. Is it a boss I didn't fight? I don't remember this. Will they follow me up here? Probably, right? Or this guy will fuck me instead. Neither. But there's nothing up here other than items, so I guess we need to kill these guys. Oh, they're actually... I didn't want to slap him with my sword. Why is that even an option? I don't understand... I didn't want to press that either. Fuck. Okay, hey, it worked out. Alright, use one of these. Probably didn't need to use a radiant one. Probably would have been fine without that, but okay. Let's try and, let's see if maybe if we... That's a mimic. That is a mimic. How did I ever fall for one of those? That's the most obvious mimic I've seen in my life. Like, like, you can see the teeth from far away. Oh shit, 3 attacks. Come on. Will the mimic attack me if I get near it? Ah, shit. I'm kind of worried about that. I'm kind of worried it'll just attack me. Okay. Let's get a quick heal. I don't like that I have trouble with basic enemies. I mean, I guess these are big fuckers, right? They're supposed to be intimidating. They're supposed to have some weight behind their moves, some damage, some health. Still. I guess we're doing fine. It's an optional boss. Oh, I just missed it. Okay. Pretty creative boss, but still shit. Slap me with your sword. Yeah, here comes the gay that oh, this is a mimic. Okay. Washing pole. Isn't that the fucking katana? Yeah. Oh, it's fucking longer than I am. If you know what I'm saying. It's a stupid joke. Fucking stop. I'm not gonna use that. It's dumb. It's not good. It's fuck it. Fuck it. I don't want it. I just want a big sword. You can't convince me that there's anything better than just wielding a big sword. You might say, Michael, maybe you're just compensating for something. And I'd say to you, everybody says that. I mean, think about this. Everybody says that if you use a big sword, it's because you're compensating for a little dick, right? Everybody knows that. So, if someone, already knowing this, then chooses to use a big sword anyway, either he's got a big dick, or he's got big balls, and he doesn't care about the fact that he's got a tiny dick. Alright? Or he doesn't care one way or another, he just wants to use a big fuck sword. It's kind of like when you watch a bad movie, and they do something that, like, everybody knows is bad, and so you have to kind of sit there and wonder for a second, like, is this secretly a good movie? Because, like, they had to have done that on purpose, right? Fuck me, okay. Here comes the gay shit, implying it hasn't always been here. Well. I mean, not the stream so far. When you find out half your friends have daddy kinks. What kind of friends do you have? Of all my friends, only one actually cares about women. Now, do you mean that the rest of them have, like, entered a plane above caring for women? And they have more important shit to attend to? Or do you mean all your other friends are flaming homosexuals? Because I mean, one answer, I mean, they're very different answers. Oh, I was gonna ask. I forgot about this. Does anyone here actually have VR? Because I was wondering the other day, is there fucking any reason to get VR? Like, isn't it just absolute garbage right now? Like, it seems like the biggest gimmicky shit in the world, but I've never even put one on. So part of me wonders, like, well, maybe it could be cool. But all the games look so, like, they still haven't been able to manage movement. Like, they still can't figure out movement very well unless you put a controller in front of your hands or just teleport where you need to go. Neither of which are exactly great. You know, you're trying to get immersed into it. You know, it's a VR. You're supposed to feel like you're actually in the game. I can't teleport in real life. And I sure don't hold a controller when I walk down the street, so it doesn't really work. Until they can solve an issue that fucking basic, like, how can you do anything with it? But then at the same time, how do you fix that issue without making it just like Yu-Gi-Oh style VR? But that's what everyone wants. I mean... until it gets to Star Trek era, it's bad. I'd buy VR to come while watching your stream hands-free. Well, thanks for the thought, Olafus. Yeah, I mean, it just seems like... Oh, fuck, they respawn? Okay, just run past everybody. It seems just like the day when like, Yu-Gi-Oh style, walking around, you know, it's basically the real world, can't tell the difference VR exists, then it sounds like a decent buy, except for the fact that you'll lose your mind, and, you know, like, everything. You'll lose your humanity, your soul. But, until it gets to that point, you'll just lose your fucking money and your time. Don't slap her with my sword! Again, why is that in my moveset? It does no damage, and it doesn't even stun them. Fuck. Oh, okay, we're good. She just tried to slap me with her mirror. Okay, now she did it successfully. Alright, good. There's another ghost snake, man. Ghost Naga. Yeah, like, it seems like VR can never be worthwhile. It breaks guards. Oh, well. But who cares? I've got a big fucking sword. I don't need to worry about stupid shit like guarding and breaking guards. I just hit them again. I'm a very simple man. You fucking hit it. You just, boom, there it is, dead. Oh, didn't work? Wait a couple seconds, hit it again. Oh, look, there it is. They're fucking destroyed. It's supposed to turn you on. Oh, it's supposed to turn you on. Slapping swords is kinky. Oh. I thought you were talking about VR for a second. But, like, that's my point, is that either VR is going to be shit and just a waste of time and money, or it's going to be good and you're going to lose everything. Did we just loop back around? Huh? I mean, here's this. But other than maybe this will be a key somewhere, a key to something I need. Estus flash shard. No. Nope, that's not it. Ghost. Yeah, I know about the ghost. I mean, there's this door. Oh, thank you for that little note. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, try and shoot me. Stupid idiot. There it is. Is that a gargoyle? We bringing gargoyles back? Creative. Okay, I attacked twice. Remember what I said about never fucking doing that? Okay. Take the heal instead of the attack. Stop with that, please. One attack. Dodge. Okay, dodge a little better. Get the attack. And he's dead. Alright, easy. What do you get us? Twinkling Titanite. Not really worth anything. Hurrah for dark. Am I missing something? Back at the first ladder, there was a room with a bunch of statues, and one of the statues is one of those soul-powered thingies. You need to kill something close to the statues. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, that was way back here, I think. Alright. Never would have crossed my mind to do that. I didn't even realize there were things you had to kill to activate things. I guess I've just been doing that so far because I've been killing things because I want to kill things. You talking about this room? This man's attacking everything. Maybe he knows what's going on. Huh? How does this work? I mean, none of these guys are alive. So I can't kill one of them. Do I have to kill someone else? I mean, I killed this guy right here. You need to bring one of those assassin things back there. I did that. This, look at the guy's corpse is still here. It's gotta be closer. Let's homeward bone real quick and just do that, I guess. Is there someone there? That's that horse. Alright, that's weird. You need to coax them closer. Okay, alright. You know, the trap anime meme was really fun until the fag community got a hold of it. What had a hold of it before that? Illusion ahead. Wrong. You mean just when it was a joke? Or, like... VR is just for weebs to bring their waifus into the real world. That makes sense, I guess. It's like when you first came to the castle. What? When they introduced this thing? Because, yeah, I haven't noticed it at all. Maybe I'm just blind, just dumb. It was a fun joke. You know, a lot more anime. You know, because a lot of anime have female, male characters. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. But I don't think it... Yeah, I agree that it should not have advanced past funny. Okay. Let's get the assassins in here. See if we can get one of them. right? Like, just one? Could we get just one? So I don't have to deal with two of them at the same time. Nope. Nope, they're partners in perfect unison. Alright, so I guess we have to kill him, like, right here, right? This is the spot? Why did I have no Estus? I didn't actually use the bonfire when I got back there. Oh yeah, there it is! Hey! Alright. Interesting. Howdy, giant. Oh, is that gonna activate the little spiral thing over here? Hey! For some absolutely unknown reason, I can't just walk back there. I don't know why. What good did it do them to not have stairs here? What was the game decision there? I mean, like, I'll just use a homeward bone, because I don't want to fucking walk around. But why make me walk around? Why make me use a homeward bone? What's the thinking? Am I missing something? Or is that just tedious? The dick makes it cuter, XD. Yeah, that's pretty fucking gay, bro. Cause fuck you, that's why. Okay, I'm just making sure we're on the same page. That's what I thought. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand it at, like, a basic level. Like, I just don't understand... oh, we missed something there, I think. Hopefully we don't get smashed up against the ceiling. I think most people who are attracted to traps are pessimists. I think is what it comes down to. Because I think a lot of them, at least the only way I could understand most of them, would be as if the reason they want to trap dick is because they think that women who are feminine don't exist anymore, so they have to go for a man who wants to act feminine. No key to the embedded. Okay. That's the only explanation I can have, which means they're just huge pessimists that think they can't get a good woman. And they're willing to go to extreme lengths to get around that. That's my hypothesis. No, I'm just gay. No one is just gay. Being born gay is a meme. The people that actually want traps are just closeted faggots. Oh, there's a lady in here. So we got the keys to the key to the King's Passage. Is that blue door back there, or what? In Drangleic Castle. Yeah, that's probably it. People are being raped into being gay. Actually, I don't know if you've read the same studies that I have, but actually, there is some truth to that, because in the late 90s, before the whole, like, gay rights sort of shit took off, there were big studies being done into why gay people, like, what caused it. And they found that the large majority of gay people had been sexually abused as kids by, like, and it was mostly boys who had been abused by older men, and then they became gay and abused other younger boys, and then it just made this cycle. And eventually, I guess the study was, like, canceled because it was a little too politically incorrect. It was, you know, it was right on the cusp of that era. But, you know, you're not far off from what it seems. Which makes you sad for them. Yeah, I know, that's why I said it. Oh, okay. Which makes me legitimately sad for those kind of people. I mean, they actually, like, were abused as children. You're not born gay, but it isn't a choice to be gay either. It's a defect. It's a defect in one's development. Harsh. That's one way to look at it. I think it's more... I mean, I'd go back to people are bad. Like, we're fucked up, alright? The average person has the tendency towards evil, right? We're a fallen race. Everyone has that possibility of falling to degeneracy. Everyone has the possibility of doing great things, too. But everybody has that possibility of getting down into evil. And some people embrace it, and some people don't. And I think it comes down to the fact that you still have a choice. It's a choice, but that doesn't mean it's an easy choice. Anyone can be dragged into that. And sometimes the hardest choices are the ones you don't know you're making, right? If everybody tells you your whole life that you're just a faggot, then you don't know it's a choice. You think you're just a faggot. I really should get my Estes flashback. Again, I didn't expect this to turn into moral talk, but I think it boils down to that. I think it's just that, like, anyone. I mean, I'm not gay, but I think if my life went a different direction, I could be sucking dick. That's all there is to it. Anyone could fall down that path. The most straight man in the world could go down that path. At least if he knows that it is a path, and that it's something he can avoid, then at least he can avoid it and make that choice. But I think a lot of people are just under the impression that it's just the way it is. Or what does it even matter? So what if it is a choice? Just fucking do it, who cares? Which I disagree with, personally. You fucking faggot. But I feel for you, you know. Hope you the best. Wish you the best, rather. Okay, these guys are actually pretty easy when you are smart about this. Nice dual blade, idiot. Women are Jewish constructs, though. You're thinking of golems. That actually reminds me, I was discussing morality and the concept of it being subjective or not with a friend today, and it was really frustrating. Well, yeah, that's something I've sort of realized, is that you can't, it's very hard to convince anyone of anything they're not willing to believe. Like, you have to, eventually, someone will be in a state of mind where they're questioning what they believe, and in that moment, you might be able to convince them of something, especially if it happens to be the truth. But if they're hard set in their ways, and they have no reason to change their mind, and they just don't want to change their mind, you can't make them. You could prove without a doubt that something is true, but if they don't want to believe it, they won't. There's levels of oh wait. As a bisexual man, I fundamentally believe homosexuality is a mental disorder. Well, even if it is, I think the important thing here is, even if it is a mental disorder, it doesn't mean you don't have a choice. I mean, I believe in free will, right? Even if you have a mental disorder. I mean, to some extent, if you have a mental disorder and you actually cannot control yourself, obviously, like, I'm sure you're not going to be held to the same responsibility by the big man. But, when it comes to, like, smaller things, I mean, I'm going to say the majority of people have free will. If not everyone. And even if you can't control it very well, you can at least try. I mean, there's something very human about trying against impossible odds, right? Maybe it is a mental disorder and there's not a damn thing you can do about it, and you are just a faggot. But that doesn't mean you can't fucking try, alright? I mean, I think that's the closest thing. I've thought about that. I've thought about this. That's the closest thing to life there is to fighting spirit. So I've thought about the fact that, like, that's one of the things that, like, resonates with people a lot. It resonates with me, anyway, is the fucking fighting spirit shit. Of, like, no matter what the odds, you just fucking do it again. And you keep going, and you keep going. And fuck everything else, you're going to do it. And if you're not going to do it, you're going to fucking do it anyway. You're just gonna keep at it for the rest of fucking time if you have to. Okay, stop that. I messed up. And I think morality is the only thing that comes close to that, because everything else in life is too hard and cold, like too unwavering to actually apply. Because if you're talking about, like, intelligence, for instance, I mean, if someone asks you a hard question or gives you a difficult problem to solve, you can't just yell and hope like, man, I hope that question, you know, like, give me the answer to this question! It doesn't work like that. It won't work, right? It's not just gonna pop in your mind because you really want it to. Same thing with, like, physical activity. If you break your back, you're not gonna spirit your way into a stronger back. Your back's broken, nigga. That's it. But, like, when it comes to, like bettering yourself, especially on, like, a moral level, you can do it. Like, it is all willpower. There's nothing else to it. No one is stopping, like, no one is holding you down to make you suck that dick. And if they were, it's not really a moral question at that point. You know what I mean? No one is forcing you to kill that man. Even if you really, really want to kill that man. It is entirely willpower. I don't know. It's just something that struck me recently when I was thinking about that kind of thing. Let's just play some Dark Souls 2. Is that fucking home? Don't home on me. Did I slap him? Please. Don't fucking slap him again. Okay, what is this guy for? Why is this? He's using a greatsword like me, but he's also got a shield, so he's a massive cunt. Okay, no, that doesn't home. It doesn't home. Oh, fuck. Now, at least this guy somehow is using a greatsword, but can't do any damage. Ooh, what an idiot. Why use a greatsword if you can't even fucking do damage? What's the point? The whole point of a greatsword is that you could kill people in like fucking 2 hits. 1 if you're good. 5 if it's a boss. What an idiot. Okay, I think we're fine here. I think we've got this. then I can check chat for the response to my moral speak. Okay, going well, going well. Okay, is this boss super fucking easy, or what's the deal? Alright, easiest boss I've got so far. Let me see. How do you okay, wait. It's one thing to be gay, and another to make the only notable thing about you is that you're gay. I think that is also true. I mean, that's like saying there's a difference between stealing at $5 and stealing $1,000. You know, like, yes, obviously. Right. Either way, though, there's no excuse for stealing. But how do you explain to an atheist that morality is black and white, and so is good and evil? Do you want, like, a real answer to that? I mean, that's like a long one. It depends on the person, honestly. In my experience, it depends on the person, because some people are more open to certain ideas than others. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, that's what I would say. And also, some people are open to no ideas. So there's that. Alright, well, we did it. Great, yay. You can only open someone up to a possibility if they're already nearby. If they're off in Alpha Centauri, they'll think you're absolutely off your rocker. To some extent. I wouldn't say it's willpower. If anything, it's demons forcing him to suck dick. I get what you mean, my nigga. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm happy somebody understands what I'm getting at. You don't think it's willpower, though, Olafis. I think it is. I mean, I think you're probably joking by saying it's a demon forcing him to suck dick. Because even if it was, I mean, I've never seen a physical manifestation of a demon. Maybe you have, but personally, I think most people view it as more of an intangible thing. And even if, again, if a demon was fucking actually had his hand on the back of your head, forcing you to suck some cock, it's not really a moral question at that point. That's just a question of, like, are you strong enough to resist this demon? Kind of, a little different. The trouble is a consistent reminder of not succumbing to immediate gratification and looking for the warning signs that you're fucking up. That's actually, yes, that's true. That's that's important, because you do have to have kind of like a sense of perspective with a lot of this kind of stuff. If you want to change, right? I mean, some people don't want to change. If you don't want to change, there's nothing I can say to you that'll make you want to change. Probably not. But if you want to change, you do have to put things in perspective. You have to realize that sometimes you're going to want not to change more than you want to change. You're going to want to... I mean, just for instance, I don't know how many of you people, you know, jacket, right? I imagine most of you. I haven't done it in months. That is not easy. That is not something that just like, you know, you just decide one day, well, I'm going to stop fucking jacking off. And that's that. No. Sometimes you have that thought. You're like, I want nothing more than to blow my load right now. Nothing in the world would make me happier than spewing cum. There is like, I just need the release. But you have to have a perspective. You have to notice that, like, is that what I want in the long term? When I told myself, like, I'm gonna change, did I mean I'm gonna change for 2 weeks and then give up? Or did I mean I'm gonna change? Right? You've got to have something to remind you. Why you gotta be a massive moral fag? Sorry, it's just who I am. I'm just, that's just... because it's the truth. What is, I mean, I usually don't go into it because we're playing fucking video games. Who cares? But, it came up. If it comes up, it comes up. What a weird enemy. I'm supposed to be lured by their shiny backs, and then I get close and they attack me? It only really works once, too. And it didn't even work the first time, so... I mean, I guess I was lured by their shiny backs, but it kind of looked like an enemy anyway. Can we just talk about manly shit like guns and femboy asses again? Yeah, implying talking about femboys as manly, yeah. I'm not having sex and am a virgin, I'm gonna jerk off. Yeah, well, I mean, again, there's nothing I can say to you that'll probably convince you otherwise if that's where you're set. I'm just saying, you don't have to. You don't have to just, you just don't have to, like, just accept the lowest common denominator. You don't have to just be a regular person who just falls to the lowest level. Oh, fuck. Dark Souls 2 is a weird game. Makes you think about this kind of stuff. I'm not, oh wait. I legit think that no more exorcisms being done is a bad thing. The modern church is just afraid of that shit because of the Inquisition and shit. Are you serious? Exorcisms still happen. I just bought a book recently about about the head exorcist of Rome talking about exorcisms. They still happen. It's just people don't ask for them because, you know, it's kind of movies. And also, like, most people don't believe in it, so why would they ask? Jesus didn't say to his disciples that they should go out and expel demons for no reason. Yeah, fair. Hot take. Jacking off is irrelevant and not worth worrying over in the long term. It takes 5 minutes, not gonna ruin your life. Counter. If you can't even stop yourself from jacking off, how are you gonna live the rest of your life? That's my question, right? I mean, if you can't even do that, how are you going to do anything else? Even if you view it as a tiny thing. Personally, I don't view it as a tiny thing. I view it as fucking difficult. But even if you do view it as something easy, like, it really is no problem not jacking off. Jacking off, not jacking off doesn't affect me at all. No issue. I have a willpower of steel, or I'm just not a sexual person, right? If that's you, but you can't even do that, what does that say, right? I mean, it's kind of like, that's the reason people start taking cold showers when they want to, like, turn their life around. It's not because taking cold showers is difficult, or it's, like, gonna do anything particular. It's just the idea that, like, if you can't even take a cold shower, how the fuck are you gonna be able to do anything else? So there's that idea to it, you know. I'd love to talk to an atheist about morality. I'm a fucking nihilist. But you're not an atheist? What are you, like a Calvinist? Don't have a lot of shit to do. I have a lot of bad shit I'm not doing. I'm not sure what you mean by this. Give one valid reason jacking off is bad. Because you're, well... See, the problem is, it depends on where you want to go with this. There's a lot of ways to go with this. I mean, you could talk about the fact it's literally an addiction. You could talk about the fact that you're... let me read the rest of the chat here. I forget to jack off quite often. Maybe I don't have a libido, but I did today. I don't know, man. I can only speak for myself on these ones. Real legit thing, though. Why would you not jack off? It's fun and there's absolutely no downside. Well, I mean, I haven't gotten into it a lot before, but I think it's probably fairly clear that I'm a very religious person. I'm actually a convert. I've only been religious for about a year. And I take it a little seriously. This is not a fake phantom, okay? And so personally, that's part of it. Also, it comes down to just the fact that, like, I said I was going to do it. I just decided one day, like, I'm not doing that anymore. And that's enough for me. Not even for a moral reason. I just said one day, like, well, no, I mean, the reason I said, like even that is enough for me to say, like, that's it, I'm not doing it. I said I wasn't going to do it. If I can't even fucking hold myself to something so small, like, what am I even worth? Right? I mean, what are you doing with your life? Jacking off? No thanks. I mean, if that's what you want with your life, you know, I probably can't convince you otherwise. But, it's not for me, alright? I never even found pleasure in it anymore, to be honest. The moment, if I jacked off, the moment I shot my load was immediate regret. I mean, like, I would, you know that sense of, like, clear-headedness you get after you jack off, right? Because, like, the whole time you're, like, really into it, and then there's the release, and then you're, like, clear-headed. I'd get that clear-headedness, but it would come with just an immense sense of, like, I said I was gonna stop this, right? Like, I fucking messed up. And that's my own fault, obviously. I mean, if I had never made that vow to not do it anymore, I wouldn't mind. But I did. And I'm not going back on that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I told myself I was going to do it. And short of any... The only reason I would go back on something like that is if I found out that, like, oh, no, that's fucking stupid. You know, like, that's wrong. Like, you can't tell me that not jacking off is, like, evil or something. If somehow I was convinced of that, that would be the only thing that would change my mind about it. Otherwise, it's like I said I wasn't going to do it. If you have to devote a large amount of your willpower to not jack off, because if you do... Say this again. If you have to devote a large amount of your willpower to not jerk off, because if you do it once, you are placed into a jerk-off sex fiend. Is your sentence complete there? I'm not sure what... If you have to do that, then what? That seems like the beginning of a sentence, but okay. Yeah, me too, but Jesus didn't tell me not to jerk off. I don't need to beat my meat, but come on, it's free entertainment. Let me read all this real quick. Fuck you, Yeoman. I'm gonna stop jacking off just to prove to you that it's not significant or difficult. You know what? I respect that to an extremely large degree. Call me in a month. And I'm... Seriously, if you make it a month, you're like a hero. I respect that. Sounds unhealthy. I've never felt healthier in my life. Yeah, I don't really enjoy jerking off. That's why I don't do it as much. Jerking off is just something I do to pass time when I'm bored or someone gets me hot and bothered. Oh, I wish I didn't understand that feeling. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. That was something I used to do a lot. Where I'd just be like sitting around the house and like, man, I've got nothing to do. Why don't I just touch myself? Yeah, that'll pass a few minutes. But, like, that's another reason why I just decided I'm not going to do it anymore. Because now I have to force myself to do something productive. Because if you... That's another thing I've noticed. You still have that, like, urge to do it, but you can get rid of it through different ways that are much more productive. I don't know. Dark Souls 2, everybody. Yes. Interesting questions with Dark Souls 2. Only regrets I have after jerking off is that I didn't jerk off to something hot enough. That's an interesting regret. I get it like as a challenge, but I don't see the point of it otherwise. February 13th, let's hit that. Okay, I mean, if you're gonna do it, I'll be proud of you one way or the other. I'll tell you that. Basically, every time I masturbate, it's because I was bored. Yeah, see, well, but I think that's part of the problem. Even if you're talking about it from, like, not a moral standpoint. I think just the fact that you could be doing so much more with your life. I mean, call me a romantic, right? Because it's true. I do romanticize life and what people can do with it. I'm not gonna not admit that. But I think a human life is worth more than a fucking cum sock, right? Like those, like there's, and it drains your. I think a lot of people, it drains their ambition, because that's like valuable energy that could be put towards so many things that you're putting towards nothing. Jerking off is a great way of telling you that you aren't living your life to your full potential. Imagine being on your deathbed and looking back thinking 6 years of my life were devoted to jerking off. Yeah, see, I think that's a good way to put it. What I meant was if jerking off was such an addiction that you really need that... Okay. What I meant to say was that if jerking off was such an addiction that you need... If you did it once, you relapse into a sex fiend, then you are really conquering the addiction or just... Or are you really conquering the addiction or just avoiding it? Like if you jerked off again, you would fall back to your old habit, or would you conquer it? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You can't conquer an addiction by... Like, conquering an addiction does not mean you could do it again and not have any trouble. Someone who's on meth and then stops doing meth for years, you know, 20 years down the line, if they take meth again, they're going to fall back into doing meth. That doesn't mean they haven't overcome their addiction. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you're asking here. No, I don't think there's some point where you just say like, well, now I can jerk off and not be addicted. No, I mean anything that is addictive, you do it one more time and you're back. He's saying if you're only thinking about jacking off but are not doing it, did you really conquer your addiction? Well, no, I guess you're probably not. Well, that's like more... That's not something you can control, really. Because that's like temptation. You can run into temptation at any time. You know, you might not run into temptation at all, and... so you never jack off, right? That doesn't mean you've overcome jacking off. You just had no desire to do it. Or you could have the desire every day but not do it, and then in a way you've overcome it. I really don't see the point of restricting yourself of having fun, though. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't have any bad side effects. You're not harming anyone. Okay, so, well, I mean, this is where it gets down to, like... If I'm explaining it from a non-moral standpoint... Which it is worth keeping in mind that I have not been a moral person for long. And I've never liked jacking off. So my original decision not to do this was not necessarily religiously based. I guess that's just fucking up our endurance a ton. But if we're talking about non-moral reasons, it is kind of hard to explain outside of a personal level. Because... I mean, you're right if that's how you look at it. That is, what are these fucking levels? Because, like, if you don't have a moral backing behind it, then it is kind of just personal conviction. And if you don't have the personal conviction, then you just can't see a reason to do it. Whereas, personally, I've always romanticized discipline and getting shit done and the human spirit and accomplishments and, you know, the greatness of mankind. And and just all of these, you know, stupid shit, maybe. And so to that end, I can look at something like making yourself not doing something. I mean, even if you decided something, like, personally, there's a moral backing to that decision. But even if I saw someone choose something that didn't have a moral backing, somebody just decided one day that, like, I'm going to fast for no reason for a week. I respect that immensely. But that, again, that's almost a personal thing if we're not getting into morals. If we're getting into morals, I could give you a couple reasons, but I don't know how far we want to go down that route. I'm willing and able. I don't know. I'm willing. But it's not usually the most pleasant conversation.